While God's glory resides within us through Christ, we eagerly await the appearing of God's glory fully revealed at Jesus' second coming. Top of the morning to you. As we consider who we are in Christ, with the mind of love and a firm determination to get to know God more fully, we see in Hebrews 1:3, Jesus is the brightness of God's glory and the expressed image of his person. And again in Revelation 21:23, the city of New Jerusalem had no need of the sun or the moon to shine in it, for the glory of God illuminated it. The Lamb, Jesus, is the light. John 8:12, Jesus, I am the light of the world. He who follows me shall not walk in darkness, but have the light of life. Matthew 17:1-2, Jesus took Peter, James, and John and led them up on a high mountain. Verse 2, Jesus was transfigured before them. His face shone like the sun, and his clothes became as white as light. Then, verse 5, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them, and glory came out of the cloud, saying, This is my beloved Son, in whom I'm well pleased. Hear him. In Exodus 16:10, in the wilderness, Israel beheld the glory of the Lord in a cloud. Exodus 24:16, the glory of the Lord rested on Mount Sinai, and the cloud covered it 6 days. Verse 17, the sight of the glory of the Lord was like a consuming fire on top of the mountain. Where Moses talked with God at Mount Sinai, he didn't know the skin of his face shone while he talked with God. Exodus 34:29. So much so, in verse 35, he had to put a veil over his face to hide the light. 2 Corinthians 3:8-18, this ministry of the Spirit is even more glorious. Verse 9, for it is the ministry of righteousness. Verse 13-15 explains how the veil Moses wore is equated with the veil over the hearts of the children of Israel. This veil is taken away in Christ. Verse 16, when one turns to the Lord, the veil is taken away. For verse 17, where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. Verse 18, but we all with unveiled face, beholding as in a mirror the glory of the Lord, are being transformed into the same image from glory to glory, just as by the Spirit of the Lord. In Exodus 33:18-22, when Moses asked to see God's glory, God agreed to show him his goodness, but had to hide Moses in the cleft of the rock. Verse 22, this rock was Christ. 1 Corinthians 10:4, 2 Corinthians 4:6, for it is the God who commanded light to shine out of the darkness, who having shone in our hearts to give the light, the knowledge of the glory of God in the face of Jesus Christ. Words of encouragement. Exodus 43:5 says, the glory of the Lord filled the temple. 1 Corinthians 3:16, do you not know you are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwells in you? 2 Corinthians 6:16, you are the temple of the living God. God says, I will dwell in them and walk among them. I will be their God, and they shall be my people. God's glory in the form of the light of Christ in us is our hope of glory. Colossians 1:27. Have a great day.